Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday meditation class. Well, since there are no newcomer, just want to, enjoy your time with us. So before we start, allow me to give you some tips on meditation. Okay, let me pull this up. Okay. The tip by our master, the art of meditation, the art of doing nothing. Okay, what he say? During the meditation, no thinking, no speaking, no moving. Just be still. Soon you will reach what is inside you. Therefore, keep practicing. If you can't reach it today, try again tomorrow. If tomorrow is still unable to attain, try again next day. Keep trying throughout the year. So in other words, no thinking, no speaking, no moving. Keep doing that. Okay, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the tip tonight. Before we start, just want to let you know that the key to start for your meditation when you are stop thinking, stop moving, stop speaking is number one, find that feeling, the feeling of being content, that you are enjoy or be at the present. When you feel at that moment of stillness, at that moment of contentment, from there on, try to maintain that state of feeling, and that is all you need to do. Okay, those difficult things that people tend or unable to achieve it because they try to at the beginning stop moving, stop thinking right away. Let it come naturally. That's all you have to do. When you are finding it naturally, and eventually it will reaching that point. But no need to force, no need to try. Just try to find that balance when you feel contentment. Okay? All right, everyone. Are you ready for the meditation? Make sure your mobile phone is in silent. At the very least, it doesn't disturb anyone during the meditation time. Number two, please make sure that your seat are feeling comfortable during the meditation. And last but not least, make sure that you are, yes, everyone, if you don't need to use toilet, that's fine. But if you have to, do it now before we start, so that way you can enjoy your time without any disturbance. All right, let us begin our inner peace time. So first, I would like to invite everyone finding yourself being in a most relaxed and comfortable position. Adjust your whole body, making yourself feeling comfortable. And then gently close your eyes, feeling as if you are taking a break, like you are about to fall asleep. Relax your body, starting from the top of your head. Relax down to forehead, eyebrows, and eyelids. No need to use your eyes or try to look inside yourself during your meditation. And making your face feeling soft as you continue to relax down from your face to your neck, shoulder, back, body, arms, forearms, all the way to the tips of your fingers. Continue further from your abdomen down to your legs and knees, all the way to your feet, making sure that your body is properly adjusted. Once you are done, you may continue to adjust the mind, making yourself feeling comfortable is what you need to begin before you start your journey toward inner peace. Making your body feeling like yourself empty, light, spacious, or hollow on the inside. Kinda like yourself is blended in with the atmosphere in this meditation hall. When you find this feeling, you may continue to adjust the mind. Begin by take a deep breath. Slowly breathing out. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring back the mind and gently resting inside. Allow the mind that's been wandering outside, coming back and gently rest inside your body at the most comfortable point within. If you don't know where to start, anywhere that feels just right, whether it's your abdomen, your chest, or your forehead, anywhere that you feel just right to begin focusing inside. Meditation is the practice of focusing the mind within at one single point. Start with your comfort feeling, and everything will come into place when it's find the balance. The balance here means you are content, feeling just right at that moment, without forcing or pushing the mind. Anywhere that you feel just right, from there, maintain your focus there with your feeling. Sometimes, if you get distracted or your mind is wandering, you may lightly imagine the sun shining at that point where you focus the mind. If the thought arises, you may repeat the mantra in your mind to help you adjust and free the mind from your thought. Continue the mantra over and over until there are no more thoughts. Take it easy. Go at your own pace without rushing. Take all the time at this moment. There is no rush. We are here to enjoy the present, not the future or the past. Being right here is to be aware that you are here, not the future, not the people. Just be with yourself. Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. Continue on until you feel you don't need to use your mantra anymore. That is the sign that your mind come to a standstill. Throughout your meditation, you may adapt the methods that help you focus. Whether to visualize the sun or reciting mantra, doing both or just either one. Choose whichever ones that suit you best. So from this moment on, let us continue be with ourselves, our mind, to stay in the present until the appropriate time in silence. May everyone find your inner peace tonight in this meditation session. Stay and be still as the mind gradually comes toward inner peace, content, and joyful feeling would arise. Feel into the mind, open up toward love and kindness inside. Expand and sharing this feeling with the positive feeling toward love, those who connected to you, whether they're still alive or pass away, wishing for everyone to be happy, free from all harms and danger. No more pain, no more sadness, no more hatred, no more suffering. Expand this feeling to them all, like a ripple in all kinds of directions, starting from yourself to your family and friends. Those who are suffering, wishing them to be happy. For those who already happy, may they be happier, more and more. Spread love and kindness to them all. That spending this remaining time, spread our love and kindness inside. Take a deep breath. Slowly breathing out. Continue to allow your mind resting inside after the meditation. So tonight, from now on, you can be with inner peace and stay mindful. Now slowly and gently open your eyes. Sappha Puttha Nupavena, Sappha Dhamma Nupavena, Sappha Sankha Nupavena, Sattha Soti Bhavantu Te. May you all be with inner peace. Come back. Let's stretchen up a little bit. All right. Welcome back. Well, it's quite cold, right? And it will be continue like this for a few days, so take care of your health too, okay? If you feel freezing, just like me, you are normal. But if you're not, that means you are very well prepared. At least some point in time, free from the thought. Little bit, don't worry. Just like me sometimes. Anyone feel kind of like these 45 minutes we meditate together, it's just too fast. You don't even notice it. You know that you sure you remember everything? So if you're falling asleep, things like that, that's sometime, when we are losing focus. People asking me this question yesterday when we have live. I'm so much in pain. I'm feeling trouble. How can is there any way to get rid of this pain? I can only help with the suggestion. So I just suggest something like this, that if you are so much in pain with your physical, in this case, checking with the doctor or something like that, I cannot do it with the physical. But if the mental pain, whether something bad memory or thing in the past, if you're just having that recently and come to meditate, it will be quite difficult. It's kind of like a fresh wound that putting salt in it. But if you calm down, take a deep breath, or do something before you come to meditate, when your mind has calmed down and close your eyes, it will improve the quality at that time. So let it settle down first before you try to suppress your negative feeling with meditation, because it's kind of like you need to. It's kind of like your flow of thought is so immense. It's kind of a rushing typhoon come to the shore. It's kind of like not settled. But once that time, taking some time to calm down, settle down, it usually lasts for a few days. But once you calm down, come to meditate, it will help. Okay? But if you take some medication and things like that, that would be another thing. That could help, but if you come to meditate, it may cause some side effect like drowsiness and things like that. Okay, but that not really mean that. People asking me something like this too. If I take medication, making my mind kind of like blurry and come to meditate, getting high and meditate, does that work? No. You will lose focus. It won't help on that part neither. Okay? All right. So, last but not least, does anyone enjoy your session tonight? Meditation. Don't worry about the time as long as you meditate. And that moment in time, the moment when you feel you like it, that's change the quality of the mind greatly, even though you may not notice it. Okay? All right. Speaking of this, well, I'm just like to giving you some of the idea or perspective why we practice in Buddhism, meditation in Buddhism. But some people came and asked me, I like to learn Buddhism. And, he don't know where to start. So I just come up with the idea, maybe we have to know something about basic. So consider this as some information to help you answering. If you practice further, what would be benefit? And also, today we'll answer as well that is meditation alone enough? Kind of like when you are having a salad. You have only vegetable, but no dressing, no other mixing. It doesn't have a complete flavor. Practice meditation is like that. If you practice meditation alone, but disregard other things, it may not be complete. Why? Start with this basic, we get you the idea. But of course, practice alone, is it work already? It's work, but at some extent. Okay? It's not complete. But if you do this, bit by bit, it will improve greatly, especially your meditation experience. Are you ready? It won't take long. I'll make it short. Okay. All right then. Speaking of Buddhism, what is it? Yeah. You come to the Buddhist temple, come to meditate. This is Buddhist temple. But what is it? It could be something that gives you some idea. But don't worry. I'm not going to brainwash you anything like that. Guarantee on that part. Okay. Whether you watch online or not. Okay. Okay. What is Buddhism then? Buddhism itself is based on the teaching of the Buddha. And what did he teach? Well, generally the essence of his teaching is to be free from suffering. What is suffering that we are talking about? I am happy with my life. I got a family, I got a loving daughter and son, I have a nice husband, I got a good job, I have a home. What is suffering? It's quite difficult when we're talking about those kind of things. But the thing is, all kind of feeling negative, that is suffering. If sometime you came across less or more in your life, yes, if it's better if we don't have any of those in our life at all, right? So this is the essence that we try to get rid of it, freedom from all. But before we get to that, there are many kind of Buddhist school. So to get yourself the idea of who we are when you come to this Buddhist temple. Wait a minute, I watch in the social media, they have some kind of magic like in Tibet monks or in Shaolin Kung Fu that they all do. Why you don't look like that? Here, answer for that. School of Buddhism itself. Okay. First, I'd like to introduce is called the Theravada Buddhism. All right. In Theravada Buddhism, there are two kinds, generally, but there could be more depend. But generally, this one they call the forest tradition, which you see in a dark brown color. They dress like this because when they practice meditation or wandering into pilgrimage into the forest, they don't want anything that could attract animals or harm them. So that's the color of robe will be quite darker. And as for the city, living in the city to help and in a city like this, these are the monk in Theravada Buddhism that you can see generally, and especially this temple, you can see now we are that Theravada practice or tradition. Another one that most common known to the Westerner is the Mahayana Buddhism. The general one that may be quite unfamiliar to you, but allow you to show you is that there are one mostly popular practice in Taiwan, China, Korea, Japan, Tibet, or anywhere of those are practiced. They generally dressing something like this. The one in the red and yellow color representing China monk or Mahayana monk. The one in dark brown color that representing in Taiwan Mahayana Buddhism. Okay, but another one that rooted from Mahayana and having its own school and very popular and practiced now is known as Vajrayana. They are known in Tibet monk. They are rooted from Mahayana and have their own school from there. All right. Getting the idea of what the monk look like from different countries, different tradition? You got the idea? Now we skip to that part to what we are trying to reach. The essence of freedom from suffering. The goal in Buddhism itself, just like in Christian, to be with the God in heaven. Goal in Buddhism is freedom from suffering or reaching nirvana. Nirvana compared to Christian are similar to that. It's everlasting happiness and joy. But to reaching it are not the same because the way practice is quite different. What is nirvana? Well, for now, I'd just like to compare it like forever peaceful place that one can reach. But it must be practiced and attained through purity of one's mind. But to get to the point of that part, purity of one's mind, how can we achieve on that? First, we need to understand what is the Buddhist view regard of life. As in Buddhism or as in Christianity or other religion, all creations from the God. But Buddhism view of life is like this. It's regarded as suffering as part of life. One should try to eliminate it. For example, when we are hungry, what we have to do? We have to eat. We are thirsty, we have to drink. So that way we can quench those kind of thirst or hunger away. Same thing too, when we are having this kind of dissatisfaction or unhappy, we should try to eliminate it. Not just to submit and let it be. And also, as to believe it or not to believe or to believe or disbelieve until something was proven. In other words, in order to understand or practice, before you're going to do that, try to prove it first before you fully believe. For example, is meditation really help? Try and close your eyes and find yourself inner peace. If it works, it's proof that it's true. That is what is encouraged one too. And this practice view of life in Buddhism is encourage self-reliance, not to rely on someone else. Because if you are suffer, you have to do that on your own in order to get rid of it, not asking someone to help you. You got my point, this part? Therefore, in order to get yourself rid of suffering, we must understand the place we are living. Just like we are living in England, we need to know its people, its law, its culture. Same thing too. Buddhism itself has its regard of way of life that all life are living in this place called the cycle of rebirth. It's known in Buddhism as the samsara. Samsara or cycle of rebirth is the place for all beings that are being born, being aging, along the way being sickening or illness, and then dying. They go into this loop over and over and over. And every time when one's born, they forgot about the past that they may have done in the previous existence. Thus, they've been reborn and born and born like this, go into loop without end. Some people may be having enough, kind of like some kind of awareness to, I have done something like this before, but I don't know when and where. They call it deja vu in here. If anyone had that kind of feeling, that is because it's going to loop. And that's it's regard of suffering because every time when we are born, hunger, conflict, okay? And everything that we tend to experience is go the same thing, repeating over and over and over like that. And we just forget. That's we having cry, sad, happy, unhappy, all over without end. That is why it's called suffering in Buddhism. And just like in England, in Europe, every place has its own law. Cycle of rebirth or samsara has its own law. It's governed by this law called karma. Thus, the cycle of rebirth or samsara is regarded as the prison of all being. We just like a prisoner. If we are human, if we are a good prisoner, We living in a better place. We were bad prisoner. We are not well living. Sometimes we having a country that is very difficult to have food, like in a desert place, like that. Therefore, you can see the difference in each being. Therefore, in this part, we should try to eliminate and get rid of it. However, we don't actually realizing it because, have you seen a horse or a cow? Or no, maybe not a good comparison. You seen sheep? Whenever I go on in the state, when I go to Salisbury anywhere, I always see a big farm with a lot of sheep wandering around, enjoy their grass. You seen that before? Did they know that they are being in the present? They just enjoy eating the grass. When it's rain comes, they're just looking for a shelter. When the sun comes, they're just eating the grass again. Us humans are like that because the prison is so vast and big, we don't even realizing it. But every time when we experience some suffering, it's going to loop like that. This is the cycle of rebirth. We should try to get rid and run away from it, or breaking the prison. So what is the karma, this law that is stating govern in our life? The karma law states that an action, good or bad, produces a result. And a person is directly responsible for his own deeds and also direct recipients for his karma. In other words, good or bad always has consequence, but short or long consequence depend, but it will come no matter what. So how to escape this? We're getting there, everyone. To escape from the cycle of rebirth, one must continue to perform good deeds and build perfect virtue to reach nirvana, breaking free. Kind of like to break free of a prison. Have you seen a prison break before? They have to kind of like making a little bit hole. They cannot destroy the whole prison. They have to make it a hole in there. So just one person or maybe a few can breaking through like that. Thus, in order to do that, it need to doing the good deeds. Why good deeds? I can do evil things, it's easier. Yeah, but if you want to be happy, no suffering, it's encouraged to do good deeds because the consequence is better than the suffering, right? That is why to living in peace, happiness, do the good deed is more benefit to ones. But it's not easy like we mentioned, right? Therefore, how to cultivate the virtue that we are mentioning here. Practice of these following can help. Now we're getting there, everyone. Generosity, living the moral life or precepts like 10 Commandments, and practicing meditation. What you are learning and practicing are just only one of the 3 parts, like a salad without a dressing. So if you want to be peace and have this better feeling, practice this more and more. You'll get yourself be more complete in a peaceful and happiness life. Generosity, living moral conduct, and practice of meditation. How so? By practice of generosity, it allows one to have here. Let me read it out because it can be benefit that allow one to live in happiness and peaceful life. Number 1, you become a person who is loved and appreciated. Whether they are a bad person or good person, the moment when one starts to practice of generosity, helping someone when they are in need, even though a bad person, but when he changes his mind, try to help someone, he could become regarded as a good, having good consequence because he doing something nice and help others. This is starting bit by bit, but the more person do, the better he will be appreciated and loved. Number 2, you naturally attract and associate with good, virtuous people, just like fly and butterfly. When you have them together, the moment when you release them, a fly going to where they are usually attracted to, whether it's in trash, something unpleasant, but butterfly go to flowers and, as you can imagine, those who are being good or bad, they are attracted to those kind of people around them like that. Number 3, you gain a good reputation and respect widely. No matter how bad a person is, but if the moment when he starts to do something good and begin to notice by many, he can gain respect as well. Thus, anyone can practice because it is a way of life, how we live in harmony. Number 4, you become closer to the spiritual teachings and inner goodness because everyone have their good inner quality, but sometimes bad experience, things in our life begin to cloud our judgment and our mind. Thus, when we begin to practice this, it open up our mind and track better things into our life. And number 5, this benefit is for the afterlife. For those who don't believe in afterlife, don't worry. But if you practice, it automatically come. At life's end, you pass with a peaceful and wholesome mind. When you are happy, the good memory come. At that moment, you benefit from there. Okay? What a benefit of living in moral or practice of keeping the precepts. Number 1, you create the foundation of stability and abundance in life. What do you mean? Those who are honest, those who are, never lies, they gain respect. So if you are starting business with this quality, of course, you have a better associate and just stability of your way of living. Are you agree with this though? Therefore, if you are someone who's starting and as an employee, as an employer, you would want your employee to have an honest living, right? That is a precept. Number 2, you earn a good names and are trusted by many. Of course, understand this part. Number 3, you could develop confidence and fearlessness wherever you go because you are proud of your good conduct. No matter where you go, you will be proud of yourself. And number 4 and number 5 will be benefit after life. You remain mindful and clear when your life comes to an end because those who are honest, those who are practice precept, their mind are in well conduct. Thus, therefore, at the end of their life, they will be proud that, oh, I never harm or kill anyone, I never steal from anyone, I never cheat on my family, I never telling lies or making people sad. Thus, this is at the end of life, one mind's conscience is so clear. They live peacefully after that. And you pass to a peaceful and wholesome state of existence. That's it leading you to the heavenly place. Now to the meditation we practice. What would we gain if you practice regularly? Well, this one, aside from peace, joy, happiness, these benefits will automatically come if you practice regularly until to the point that you gain brightness inside or more. You gain insight into a true nature of life. You begin to accept, detach from your mistake, letting go of the past. Don't worry about the future. You gain insight because you are calm and focused in what? Understand in your life and the present. You develop deep inner clarity and intuitive understanding. You cultivate genuine wisdom. You access higher knowledge through inner stillness. This insight meditation advanced level. And you exist in your extent of inner light and profound mental brightness. Your mind become bright and clear as your mind be with the present, not with someone that you don't like or not with somewhere that you don't even unable to control, but within yourself. This is bring clarity and brightness within one's mind. But what causing us unable to do so? Let's say that our mind is like a clear crystalline glass ball. But when it experiences something unhappy, it clouds the mind. Because the mind itself has its own virus. In Buddhism, it's called defilements or kilesa. These are rooted inside. The moment when it's got shaking from outside, it's stirring up the mind, turn from clarity into darkness like a black ball here. And they are these following: greed, anger, and ignorance. These are the 3 rooted defilements that cause the mind unable to gain clarity. So we practice meditation to get rid of it. How can meditation get rid of it? It's kind of like this. When your glass ball is stirring up, it's so dark. When you're unhappy or very sad, or call like that. But the moment when you settle down, that stir inside begin to calm down. When it becomes still, it doesn't stir anymore. Like when you stirring your coffee, when it's become to calm down, you begin to see the clarity underneath, like that. Same thing. When the mind are still, it becomes clear. When it's so totally clear, this has no room to move or stirring up. But the thing is, we on and off. That's why it keeps stirring. But when we still our mind, it has no place of moving out at all. That's how it works. Thus, to maintain practice of generosity will allow one to get rid of greed. What do you mean get rid of greed? You see, if we never give, we only have this feeling, I want more. The more one has, the more attachment. When you have more attachment, you don't let go. And you would never satisfy, you just want more and more and more. But the moment when you are giving it away, you begin to less detached. You don't want any more. When you don't want any more, you have opportunity for the clarity of one's mind. Observing precept will calm and control your anger. What do you mean? If you're gonna hurt someone, it's because of from the conflict. Those conflicts arise the anger. Whether it's by speech, action, all of these are causing conflict. But once control our mind through observe precept, I have mindful, I'm not gonna hurt anyone, no matter how much they harm me. Try to control this bit by bit, even though you may not do through your action, speech, but the moment you calm down, calm your mind more and more, it will be subtle and the anger will have less hard time to arise. Practice of meditation will remove of one's ignorance. What is ignorance? Isn't it ignorance is bliss? Yes, but not every time. Okay, my point in here is ignorance in here kind of like this. Have you ever been to some place and you thought that you know everything? When they try to tell you, I know this already. Don't really care. That's ignorance. Or the feeling like you have everything, like your glass of water is full, cannot feel anything anymore. These are the most difficult to get rid of because we thought that we know, but we don't really know. That's the weakest of being human. I know everything, but in fact we don't really know everything. This is the ignorance. Like, I'm not sure you have this kind of experience before, but when you see someone that you don't like, but when they come to teach you, I don't want to listen to anymore, like that. He don't even say anything, but you just negative already. This is also that kind of ignorance of negative feeling. Thus, practice of these will allow one to remove that kind of judgment and allow one to be open. Thus, allow you for better opportunity. And as practice further, one could gain this super knowledge. This super knowledge, even though you are not Buddhist, one can attain. Number one, the knowledge is called understand of who you are. What do you mean who you are? I know who myself. I was born in this family. I born at this address. I'm from this country. Yes, but what about before you come? For example, I look like this. I live in a well-off family. Because of what? Understand, I have done this in the past. This is my consequence. And I'm suffering like this because of what? I have done this before, thus I must be suffered because of my own consequence. Understand this is the first knowledge. But that is for yourself. But understand other being too, understand the law of karma. How come these people suffering at young age? How come like this? Because he may have done this in the past. But we nobody know like that, but I know because I have this super knowledge, something like that. But these two knowledge are only those who are non-Buddhist practice. The only Buddhist practice will get this one. Is the elimination of suffering from life. This is the only third knowledge that only Buddhist monk can gain. One practice in this will gain two. Can a person like that, without being a monk, can gain? Yes. But they have to practice meditation. Only. That's it. If one don't, no matter one try, can gain only knowledge who we are and understand the law of karma. Feel good, feel calm and peaceful. The essence of meditation are more than just you could imagine. But don't worry about, oh, now I have motivation. I'm going to be enlightened like the Buddha. Take it easy, bit by bit. Do it constantly, bit by bit, every day. That should be enough. I thought like that too. I'm going to be like my master. I must helping him meditate. No result. And I've suffered. Why? I've been trying so many hours. Why I'm not like him yet? Until I realize, I'm just enjoying it with better. So I'm happy with practice meditation every time whenever I do so. I hope you all enjoy practice every time too. And continue practice everyone. Just like the tip that I just shared with you, the art of doing nothing. Keep stop thinking, keep stop speaking, keep stop moving, and you shall find yourself every day regularly at peace. Okay? All right. Hope you have a good time tonight. I'll see you again next week.
Thank you so much, everyone. And if anyone has any questions to ask of your visit before you go, you're very welcome to do so. And maybe, as always, help each other to put chairs and cushions on it. Can I say, yeah, chairs is optional.